Welcome to the Take It Home podcast so bad we really should just take it home. I am one of your hosts, Doc Simmons. You can find me on all social media at Doc Simmons 17. I'm joined tonight by two very handsome men. I'm gonna give the hot tag to my partner. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Zach Hendricks. Find me on all social media at Z Hendricks Brand. And of course, if you like seeing Doc and Doc and I together, check us out, Country Wear Official for Facebook and Instagram, or Country Wear Brand on Twitter. And I'll pass it out to the senior official.
What's up, guys? Referee Perch. You can find me at Perch XLV, pound sign for the ref brand, and Waffles Take It Home podcast.
How was your breakfast hunt this week, fellas?
I stopped at a joint called the B&B Cafe, right in Crown Point, Indiana, and it was delicious. A good bacon, egg, and cheese on rye bread with a coffee. The ladies there were wonderful, funny the whole time. A nice total local diner right in Crown Point. I had a blast.
Awesome. Zach?
Sunday was an early morning. Like, we hit the road by 6:30, so I actually stopped. Just went to a quick trip, but got their version of a chicken and waffle sandwich. It was decent. I won't say it was the best, but
Only thing of note on me, I had a pretty good steak and egg sandwich on Sunday that really hit the spot. Nice and
Ooh, what kind of bread?
A wheat sub roll.
Oh, a roll. So not like toast, but a good
No,
old wheat
not
roll.
yep. It's
All right.
like a Philly, but with egg.
Delish.
Yeah, so very good, very good. All right, Perch, not Pank, Perch. Something else that's delicious is bangers of the week. What you got, brother?
Oh man, this week's banger of the week. This one came from a good homie, and a sentimental song from way back, and was rocking some Tech Nine in Kansas City the other weekend, and he brought the one up, One Good Time, Tech Nine. Definitely a banger. That whole CD is good. It's one where he's in the straight jacket.
Yep,
Almost
the
like
Michael Jackson tribute.
Thriller.
Gotta love that.
Yeah, that's a CD that my homie had in his room growing up. His younger brother and I used to listen to it all the time on car rides. Homie is no longer here, but his brother and I still keep in contact, and we'll always have love. And a song like "One Good Time" by Tech Nine always brings up some awesome memories and some summer times and good vibes.
Hell yeah, brother. Nice. All right. So yep, go ahead and check that out on the Take It Home podcast playlist. Hear all of Purchase Bangers and vibe with them. All right, guys. Light week for me, so I watched a bunch of wrestling, but how about you, Zach? Did you watch anything this week?
Yeah, watching more tag wrestling. Caught one Shinsuke Nakamura tagging with Okada against the Briscoes back when Jay Briscoe was on his undefeated streak. Commentators putting over he hasn't been beaten in 2 years. Mark ended up getting pinned by Okada, so as of now, Jay Briscoe is still undefeated with what I'm watching. A lot of cool things. Some stuff I learned watching Okada, the way he works. Stole a submission, not gonna lie. I'm out here I ain't paying for it. I'm stealing it. I watched Hell in a Cell. I don't know if anyone else did, but yeah, I got to watch Hell in a Cell. Cody Rhodes, man.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch it, but the pictures are everywhere.
You know, like everyone always questions stuff. If it's again, it's just like, man, that thing is swollen. That thing was swollen. Like, it looked like one of those WWE action figures you get that are like all oddly shaped muscle and all that, and like the arm is just super enormously huge.
Yeah.
It looked like
I forgot
that.
what those are called.
Yeah, but just his arm looked like that. But the match him and Rollins were too, like Man, he is like on another level, like foreshadowing, but
Yeah, foreshadow.
yes, sir. But yeah, on another level for sure. The way Rollins driving the kendo stick in his arm, just everything he was doing, I was like, there's a lot of things that were a little cringy. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah, that bruise was gross. So you know that was real.
yeah, dude. That was gross. I watched NXT in your house too. I enjoyed what was it, the opener, the 6-man tag where we got to see the homies. Was it Troy? I know him
Yeah,
as, you know,
Troy
Colt.
Donovan.
Yeah, Troy Donovan, Colt Carter, Mother Lover Jake Tucker, and Tony D'Angelo doing their thing. I
Holy
like the
snap,
fact,
that is Jake Tucker. How did I just now realize that?
yeah, that's the Mother Lover right there,
Yeah,
bro.
that is Jake Tucker.
Yeah, watching them do their thing. I enjoyed uh it was a Santo Escobar. I'm being
Yeah.
dumb today. Yeah, when he came out, they had the ref check decide that D'Angelo's team was gonna be on. They found the lead pipe right off the bat. I was like, yeah, I'm like the fact that like they like looked at like, hey ref, check that side of the ring real quick. Just that small little detail was great. And then like loser joint has to be a part of the winner's family. Like I just like the storytelling there. D'Angelo getting his team getting the win. I believe Jake Tucker got hit in the head with a lead pipe and was standing there selling Troy asses or two stacks as they call him now.
Yeah.
He literally pushes him over on top of the guy they knocked out the brass knuckles. So he was just like casually fell on top for the win.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. Yeah, but other than that, just more watching wrestling. I would say more tag wrestling, really as usual. Studying the dragons, the red dragons, studying the wolves, trying to find out, get ideas. Got an Iron Man tag match coming up, strategizing some game plans so we can win these #1 contendership.
Yeah. Got to do the homework.
Yes, sir. I caught like clips of AEW, but not having cable, I didn't get to catch all of AEW. I heard the announcement with CM Punk, which sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah. It's part of the game. Perch, what have you been watching?
Man, really like last week on Rampage, Jericho and his whole crew coming out and getting that stare down with Blackpool Combat Club. More importantly, Eddie Kingston kind of coming out, and then Santana and Ortiz from behind, and just a big old fashioned brawl. Jericho getting a little bit of his hair cut at the end too. Just a good heat amongst both teams. Setting up for Ortiz against Jericho. Not sure when that one's going to go down, but I'd love to see where it's going. And those two teams are just going at it, and it's set up for a Daniel Garcia and Moxley match. What could be better than Garcia with a guy like that is against a guy like that. So awesome to see those two go at it and fighting for teams and pride and honor. It transcends, whatever company. It's just two guys fighting. Love it. Good storytelling. Yeah, I also watched Hell in a Cell. It was cool. The women started off with a good 3-way match too. Bianca Belair is captivating. I like watching her, and I like watching to see if she's going to hit her finish. It's like a legitimate, like, I want to see that move.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I want to see it done. And she does it better than anybody. And just all the ways that she, works an opponent in the corner to set up for it. And I like, the way she works, style of wrestling. Didn't see that ending coming. Nice variation of a rock bottom. and that ended up being the big pin on Asuka. I
Yep.
would have thought Asuka was gonna get the submission on Becky. Had me going hook, line, and sinker. Was hoping Asuka was gonna win. Definitely pulling for her, but Bianca getting the win is pretty cool too. She's a good champ. But yeah, awesome Hell in a Cell. Like Zach said, that Cody Seth Rollins was sweet. Seeing that injury when he slowly took off the coat, you could hear that crowd and the emotion. It was real. Everybody feeling it. I'm sure there were millions of people watching. Like everybody had that same emotion, whether you like someone or don't. There's a power in feeling that kind of a, we're all watching it together. And whether you're pulling for Cody or Seth, again, they put on a hell of a match and a good Hell in a Cell. And I'm always going to be a fan of a sledgehammer being used. Both those guys have some ties to good old Triple H, some pedigree reversals into pedigrees. Yeah, big fan of all the action that went on in that match. It definitely satisfied.
Yeah, hit
loved it.
all your high points.
Yep, satisfied me as a fan for sure.
Match geared specifically to Perch. I watched a lot of was trying to catch up on the AEW pay-per-view from last week. I probably in like the last 2 hours. It's a bit of a long one. But really enjoyed the Darby Allin Kyle O'Reilly match. Really enjoyed Serena Deeb and Thunder Rosa. The triple threat tag match looks like chemistry was a little off, but it was still really fun. I love Swerve and Lee together. I love Ricky Starks and Hobbs. I love Jurassic Express. So, 3 teams I really enjoy going at it. So I had a blast with that one. Actually caught a little bit of the Black Label Pro show from Saturday that I'm sure Perch will get into, but I watched the Bang Bros versus the Rascals match. Had to go watch the homies and see Davey Bang almost die.
That was wild.
Yep.
Did you feel that across the the state line?
Yeah, I felt that one.
That was scary. That was scary. Watching that
scary
one,
moment. Yeah. I could only imagine had people been there. For the people being there, I saw the clip first. It was like, ooh, all right, let me go back and watch this match. I need context for how we got here.
Those guys put on.
No, but yeah, they did put on. It's great to see Davey and August get a shot at 2 guys. I mean, they even put it over on commentary. Years ago, those guys were in their position, and now you see Davey and August getting these shots and trying to make the most of it and learn everything they can. It's good to see. Wrestling is cyclical. So yeah, that was good. Bang Bros, the name you can't Google, but maybe you can bang it. Watched a lot of our matches going back. Studying the Caribbean tape, trying to get ready for this Iron Man. I'm probably thinking maybe a little bit too much about that, as Frankie would say, but whatever, we're overthinkers.
I mean, as long as we're not listening to Bad Bunny making babies or taking cutters, I think we're fine.
Yeah.
Good old.
All right. Why don't we just, since I kind of previewed it, hey, Perch, how was your weekend?
Yeah, good weekend of action. Started things with Black Label Pro. Had a nice double header on Saturday. Kicked things off with the first show. Christopher Daniels, Fallen Angel, came to Black Label Pro for his first ever time, and a rare independent showing. And he took on Warhorse, and that was a special match. Very cool to be a part of. Warhorse is someone who I've gotten to work with within, I think, my first year in the business at Legacy Pro Wrestling. Some fun times back in the day.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, yeah.
it's
Yep.
someone
Yep. Showcase of Champions, wasn't it?
that was the Showcase of Champions,
Yep. I remember he
exactly.
was on that show.
Yup. So the
Core
Showcase
memories
of
unlocked.
Champions. What was that?
Said core memories unlocked. It was
Oh my
like a
god!
lot of people
yeah,
on that show now raising their levels a
all the
whole
way to
lot. JDX, I believe,
all
is on
the way
that
to the
show.
core.
Yeah. No, yeah.
It makes it seem like it wasn't too far ago, but it seems like a lifetime ago, all in the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a cool opportunity, and I've had a few Ring of Honor DVDs on my nightstand for half a decade to a decade. So Christopher Daniels right up on there.
No, yeah, I mean, for had I been around, I would have loved to go to that show and see him. I've always been the kind of like the anti WWE guy, so his Impact run was great for me.
Oh yeah, it just been everywhere, and for me, I loved his ROH SCU. Just from a few years ago. Like,
yeah, SCU was good.
He's made such an impact through so many eras, but really just so many shows and so many moments in pro wrestling, going back to the enhancement talent days of the WWF. So cool to experience that and to get to work with someone I look up to big time. And they had a fun match and a lot of good emotion, good storytelling in there, and gave the fans a good showing and a good speech afterwards too, and it was heartfelt. Anytime there's a good speech and like a good respect given, I'm always waiting for someone to get glommed from behind. Just waiting for it. Was not the case in this one. And the next match I had was Kevin Blackwood against Titus Alexander for the West Coast against the East Coast, with the Midwest Milwaukee referee right in the middle. It couldn't have worked out better. Those guys are awesome wrestlers, fighters, just good overall performers. They know how to work a crowd as well as work with each other in a style of wrestling that is very appealing. A good hard hitting, heavy contact, strong hitting match. Was very cool, and a contrast to Titus's next match later on in the night against Trey.
Great, yeah. I can imagine.
But that was a fun match. And then the next show kicked things off with the Dan the Dad against Bradley Prescott with Slade as the manager outside. Lots of beer in that match.
Yeah,
lots of beer.
Yep.
And at one point, I had enough. I know how it is with getting White Claws and beer and everything in the ring coming up through where we come from.
Yep, Wisconsin.
You come from Wisconsin. You come from Brew City Wrestling. We're
no drinking
strangers.
in that ring.
Lots of drink in that ring. We've all had some drinks in that ring, and we've all poured out some drinks. But one thing is above all, that as a referee, I can't stand a wet canvas. So I have not contributed to any wet rings anytime recently, so I'm against it. Can't deny the past, but
yeah, but we've grown and matured.
But growing up, and I had to take beers away from, and I told them Miller Lite was better anyways. Indiana folks did not quite like it. I forgot it wasn't Wisconsin.
Yeah. In enemy territory.
It's like saying go Pack go. Oh wait, we're in Chicago. Well. And then you get ruled out.
Go Badgers or something.
It's funny, the simple out of state Bizarro World things.
Yeah.
A lot of similarities, but some things are Bizarro World. And then the next match of the night was the main event of that show. Billy Starks, or Bully Starks, against Willow Nightingale. Awesome to work with Willow, as well as Billy, but she's been quite mean in the ring recently, hence the bully moniker. Maybe not mean to everybody else, but she takes it out on me, and well, sometimes you gotta wear it. But always a fun match, and keeping everybody safe, having a respect for most importantly, and the whole family. Love anytime get to interact with those guys, and especially Billy. She's a good storyteller inside the ring, and working with someone like Willow Nightingale, that was an absolute pleasure to be in there with those two. A great match overall, and a fun send off to the wonderful weekend.
Awesome. Zach, how was your weekend?
My weekend, as everyone knows, Doc, I rode solo this weekend. Big singles weekend. Not one, not two, not three, but 4 singles matches in 2 days.
Yeah, Iron Man.
I know. Started off at Zawa Fest. They had 2 shows at 5 and 9 p.m. On the 5 o'clock show, I got to work Braxton. Unfortunately, man, I still haven't beat yet. We'll get there. We had I would say, a good competitive match. I definitely left my handprint on his chest. The fan had a screaming chicken in the crowd. Braxton wasn't happy about that. That was a lot of my shine, was just squeezing a chicken. He did bring Pregel did come out, as you would figure, but being a man who uses my head, I decided to go suicide dive and take out both of them, just so there's no as I thought shenanigans that could have happened in this match. Little did I know, when I was setting Braxton up for the spinal tap, he was able to slip behind me, being a big man as he is. I'm not going to blame the ref, but I am getting tired of the refs always turning and getting kicked in the dick.
Perch. Keep your head on the swivel.
Sometimes.
When you have a man who has
safety number one, eyesight. It's down there on the list.
Somewhere. It's on the list.
It's on there. It's just down a ways.
Yeah. Took a tree trunk to in between the legs, and as I was trying to check my boys, I met that same foot that kicked me in the nuts to my face off a bicycle kick by Braxton, and unfortunately I did not get the W.
Well, he's got long legs. It's bound to happen.
Yeah. But the evening show, the 9 p.m. show, I worked a member of the dojo, Hunk Cassidy, one-on-one. During our match, it started raining. I'm going to give Hunk his credit. He put it into the air flying for a while. I went for a crossbody, met his shoulder directly to my face in the air.
That's not comfortable.
Was getting my ass whooped. As I was slowly gaining momentum, I went for another suicide, trying to use my head, and met with an elbow to my face. But it didn't matter, because Cassidy thought that elbow to the face would put down the Outlaw. He threw me in the ring, tried to go for a quick finish, and instead I was able to slap on a submission I watched Okada do, and what I watched this week. And and what would you know? It worked. He tapped out.
Who would ever think that, would imitating Kazuchika Okada would lead to good things?
Yes, sir. So right at literally he thought he was done with me. Took him out, had him tap out, and got the W. So 1-1 Saturday at Zawa. Zawa's always a great place to be. It's unfortunate it rained. The rest of the show happened, but there was a good hour delay, and It was getting late, and the little. Oh, by the way, Zawa. I don't know if they booked it, but they did. They need to keep booking it. There was 2 kittens in our locker room.
Oh, I did see the video of that 6-star match.
The 6-star match.
Yeah, between the kittens.
Oh yeah, it was good. They were great. I was trying to get them to manage me. They told me it was above their. They weren't paid for that. I agree. I understand. They
Only
cost a
got
lot,
one payday.
yeah, they were just paid for appearance in the locker room. So it was super cool. The kitties were very nice. I had to pull them away though because Val was also booked, and we're getting a puppy, and we don't need a kitten.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And of
there'll be
course,
a limit on animals in the house.
and the kittens were like so close you couldn't take one. If you ever take them both, if you're gonna take them, you gotta take both because
Both, yeah.
you don't break up a tag team like that.
It's like never in the history have tag team like that ever broken up.
No. But yeah, then got home at good old nice scorching 2:30 a.m.
Yeah, that
Woke
9
up
o'clock
at-
show sounds like a terrible idea.
Oh yeah. With an hour delay, yeah, I got home.
And a rain delay. Hell.
Yeah, the rain started during my match, and yeah, we had a little delay. But yeah, got home around 2:30. Woke up at 6, not 7. I wish 7. Woke up at 6. Got my stuff ready. Had some of the boys meet me at the house. Jumped in a van, and we made our way up to Minnesota for MAW. They had some TV tapings, 3 episodes, starting at 2:30. I won't say much. I don't know if I'm allowed to, but I
Probably
will say
not.
I worked 2 good matches, very hard hitting. I did call out the poster boy of MAW and got to work him. I know people weren't expecting to see more of an aggressive side for me, but hey man, when you go to a new company and you want to make an impression, especially like when you first time you were there was at a barn, and now you're on doing the TV tapings and you're wrestling in front of Ken Anderson. You want to make that mark last, and yeah, got a lot of good critiques from Ken. He watched all our matches. Super cool of him to like. He critiqued everyone in the car, told them like things he liked, things of course what we need to work on, and just super grateful for that. Anytime he gets some critiques, especially like someone of that caliber, like it's awesome.
Yep.
Especially like not even asking, he just walked up and he's like, "You're this guy, right?" And you're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Here's what I liked and here's what I didn't like."
Awesome.
Yeah, so I will say I would there's a lot more Okada that I stole in those matches. So be on the lookout. MAW 3 episodes. You'll recognize some of those Wisconsin guys out there doing our thing.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yes, sir. So Doc, what'd you do this weekend?
I had some dental work done, so I was resting all weekend. Got they found some other little things that need fixing. So took care of that. I go back in 2 weeks for the last big thing, and then it'll be for the most part me 100% for the rest of the year.
Hell yeah.
So very excited about that. Get this thing out of the way. One less thing on the list of being an adult that you got to take care of. Yes, after that, we'll be trying to get some new glasses probably. These eyes ain't getting younger.
I thought they were timeless.
Which also means they're not getting younger. But yeah, besides that, just very chill weekend. Glad to be ready to get back into it this week. But before we talk about what we're doing this week, let's talk about our topic for the day. I asked the fellas, and I'm sure we've done this before, but we've had some stellar performances recently. So I just wanted to ask, who do you think is performing at another level? I'm going to go first, actually. I want to go with Starlight Kid. We don't talk about Stardom a lot right now, and that's because of Maki fucking Ito being so over and being over in Tokyo Joshi and Yamazaki and Miyu Yamashita and all those guys going on tour in America this summer. And the alliance that they've had with AEW has allowed a lot of those wrestlers to come over and get, some more international spotlight. But Stardom in New Japan announced that they're doing a joint show later this year, I believe in August. And I just wanted to take a second to put over their big champion, Starlight Kid. She went heel last year and has just put on banger after banger. I've seen a couple of her matches this year, and they've all been just high speed, crazy spots, amazing storytelling, good selling. And it's she did an opening tag match for Wrestle Kingdom this year. I couldn't remember the name of it. That was also super fire. So she's just somebody I think is just performing crazy. I think the heel turn has been very good for her. And hopefully when they do this joint show later this year, and then with Forbidden Door happening in July, hopefully we get to see some more of her on the stateside. Let's go Zach, because you always say we steal one of yours.
I'm gonna go with as much as I hate to give them the credit, I'm gonna go with the Bang Bros.
All right. Nothing wrong with that.
I mean, those guys are kind of like our Zello enemies. Not gonna lie, want to get to where they're at, but they're getting there the right way. They're putting in the grind. They're not getting anything handed to them. They took an ass beating from Violence is Forever. They're really forming as a tag team. As you said, they had a banger match with the Rascals. They did double duty as a tag team. When I was at Juggalo Championship Wrestling, they worked for the tag belts against Yabu and Ruff. And anyone knows Juggalo Championship Wrestling, it's ran by Insane Clown Posse. Obviously, all those guys, everyone there, they're down with the clown, as they would say. And the Bang Bros were actually the crowd favorite. So, going into Ruff and Yabo, came out, and the crowd obviously loved them with the way they looked. But by the end of the match, the crowd was into both teams, and that's a credit to what those two guys are doing. Not going to shake their hand, learning from my tag partner.
Nope.
No, we ain't shaking. Davey, August, highly doubt you're listening to us, but yeah, we ain't shaking no damn hands here,
especially not Davey after he died on Saturday.
That was trade between us two, and let's just doesn't leave the podcast.
The dozens of fans around the world.
Yeah, exactly. That was a favorite trade did for me. For those we had matching gear at one point. It was a favor. I was like,
yeah, that was just him paying you back for stealing your shit.
I think we're just below. Once we get our shine, country here will be out there. But the Bang Bros are right now doing I was just trying to get us a leg up and get us where they're at. So
smart move, man. Smart move.
Yep, Trey. So yeah, I'll go with the Bang Bros.
Perch.
Yeah, one person really came to mind when you mentioned this on another level. This is someone who I get to see every once in a while and experience firsthand, and I've definitely seen another gear change or another level achieved, even in the couple of years, and that's Josh Alexander.
I had a feeling that would be your pick.
That guy is something else. I was blessed to step in the ring with him at Turner Hall back in 2019. He took on Josh Briggs, who's rocking it in NXT right now. And to see those two, I had never, been in there with such, large, huge guys before, to that extent. And then to take a snapshot and then to see where a guy like Josh Alexander's been, even in 2-3 years. I'll watch the wrestling world through the newspaper, through the phones, the modern newspaper. And he's someone who comes up on the East Coast, on the West Coast. I'll see him in Chicago when he's in town. He goes to St. Louis, all across the country, as well as representing that Impact world championship. He's working for Impact Wrestling, working for just about every major independent throughout, the country and the world. And anytime you see Josh Alexander on the card, someone standing against him is going to match up just about as big or as hard hitting. The classic, there's no nights off. And a guy like, the walking weapon is exactly that. he's a weapon coming into the fight every time. And the guy coming against him has to try and match it. So I get to see that extra gear and the heavy gas tank. We all have a gas tank, and he's got a little bit extra in that gas tank. There's others who do too, but just the consistency of seeing Josh Alexander right now rocking it on a whole nother level is awesome to experience.
Yeah. Some other guys I want to put over, Zach did the did the local guy. I'll put over another local guy. Aaron Stone, worked him in a Royal maybe a year or two ago. Haven't had a chance to step in the ring with him since, but I do pay attention. I keep an eye on everybody. And he's just somebody who's really turned it up since then. He just got announced for Black Wrestlers Matter this year. I was there with him at the second one when he was in a Royal too. So now that he's getting, those announcement posters, he's front and center on Galley. He's another one that's, out there trying to make the rounds, trying to learn as much as he can. And I think he's doing a really good job of it. On a bigger scale, got to talk about Seth Rollins. Me and Perch were talking earlier, it takes two to dance. That Cody Rhodes performance is amazing, but that doesn't happen without Seth Rollins taking care of him. And Seth has just had a run of great trilogies that I got reminded of earlier with him and Cody, him and Edge, and him and Cesaro. So, Seth is, it's hard to say he's on another level because it just feels like he never lets up. It's been pretty consistent for him, but he's just doing it well. And I want to give him a shout out for taking care of Cody last night so that we have so many talking points on wrestling Twitter as we did this morning for some reason. But all right. We are winding down. So I guess it is that time inevitably to talk about what we're doing this weekend. Let's start with Perch, because ours kind of goes off of him.
Hey, we're kicking things off this weekend. AAW returns to Logan Square Auditorium. That'll be on Fight TV Saturday night, 7:30. At Sierra is front and center on the big poster. So cool to see. That's going to be a special night at the Saturday night. Should be some live tapings as well beforehand. So a fun night of action all around. And then followed up by Sunday, Galley Lucha Libre. Going to be a real fun time. We were down at Mola de Mayo Fest last time. I believe we're back at the Galley Studios this time. So check it out on Facebook. That'll probably be around 6 o'clock-ish.
Yeah. Card subject to change.
7:30 Saturday and 6 ish.
On Sunday. Zach, what's on our agenda this weekend?
We got a light agenda. Just a Saturday. We will also be at AAW. We made our debut on AAW Live last month. Was told by AAW to make sure to keep coming back. So that's the plan. That's where we want to be, and we're going to keep showing up until we leave with those AAW tag titles. Been one goal since we started this journey, and that was capture titles everywhere we go. And we got to step into the door, and we're making sure that door does not close.
Hell yeah. And Sunday, body and waking up permitting, be at Galley helping out as well. So just a weekend of putting in the work, still on the grind. It'll be a good one. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
And with that, Zach, any final thoughts and or questions?
Yeah, final thought, shout out to Minnesota, the Target next to the arena.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Almost forgot to talk about it.
Yeah, the biggest success of the weekend.
Yeah, after going 4 singles matches, I realized I was in the state of Minnesota. As I follow the Instagrams, I realized something else was in the state of Minnesota. Walked into the Target liquor store, turned around the corner. I won't say who spotted it because I don't like them. But a certain
All he's good for is listening to Bad Bunny, making babies and cutters.
yes, sir, and probably the one with the least amount of babies out of the two. So there's your prediction of who it was.
Yeah.
But they noticed right by the door they had the hard Mountain Dews. It's a 4-pack flavor. 5% alcohol, 0 sugar, regular Mountain Dew flavor, Code Red, watermelon, and Baja Blast.
Oh, it's like a multi-pack or a variety pack?
Yes, sir. We had a 5-hour drive home. I didn't have to do none of that driving. Everyone met at my house. So sat in the back and I sampled every flavor.
Hell yeah. Hopefully not too many bathroom stops.
Actually, no, only one. After a while, I was like, hey, can we just pull off on the side of the road real quick? And yeah.
All right. Hell yeah. Congrats, brother. No, you've been trying to get those for a while.
Yeah, shout out. It was awesome. We use Google to look to see because they have like an app where you can find the hard Mountain Dews.
Of course.
And it was 2.5 hours north of where we were. And I looked at Memo and CJ and I was like, so you guys want to add an extra 5 hours to this drive?
Hell yeah.
And of course they said no. And I was like, well, can we at least stop at a local liquor store just to check? And yeah, first try. It was a winner.
Hell yeah, brother. Congrats. Bunch of haters.
Yes, sir.
Perch, any final thoughts or questions?
Yeah, Roadhouse, the movie. Terry Funk was absolutely jacked in that movie.
I got one more too.
Okay, yeah.
Loved it. Love and prayers for Terry Funk.
Did you just recently watch it?
Watched Roadhouse a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
But that thought comes up once in a while, and just the wild barroom scene. He's carrying someone over his head, spinning him like a helicopter. But just the thoughts of the wrestlers we keep in our prayers, and Terry Funk especially recently, and just having time to think about it. He was absolutely jacked in that 89 era, 88, around the time of the Roadhouse filming. So yeah, love him.
Hell yeah. All like wrestlers were just used as big goons on TV and movies in that like 85 to like 96 run, because somebody brought it up and I totally forgot about this. I don't know if y'all might be a bit too young for it, but there was a Mortal Kombat TV show, live action TV show. And every week the not the big baddie, but his muscly goon would be like a wrestler from WCW.
Well, like there's was it House of 1,000 Corpses?
Yep.
DDP's one of the guys who like go to collect them, like one of the off-brand bounty hunters type deal. And Kevin Nash is always like the muscle in any goofy movie. Like
Kevin
Grandma's
Nash,
Boy.
Tall muscle and everything. Shout out to him and Punisher. Love him in that one.
Oh yeah. But before we go, I have one more thing. Doc, I sent you that video of that disrespect. I would like to say I made the road dog Jesse Jane proud this weekend.
Oh yes. One for the big dog.
It was literally like in the middle of like the match. I thought to my head when Doc knew who I was wrestling, he was like, "You gonna avenge us?" And I like with clean tactics, of course, set it up, and it was like, "Hey," and I yelled, "This is how you do it."
Yeah, hell yeah.
So yeah, doggy style did happen.
Yep. Do for the dog pound. Final thoughts and questions from me. Be sure to follow us on all social medias, like, share, and subscribe this. Tell promotions to book us because we like to wrestle. And with that, this has been the Take It Home podcast. Y'all be easy. One.